And microphone check 1, 2.
Seven 572 into Minnesota. The name is Mike. Mike into Kilo Echo. Okay, merci beaucoup. Thank you, Philippines. 7-3. Happy New Year.
Germany 5 Zulu.
D1, Foxtrot Sierra, Mexico, from Kilo Bravo Zero, Echo Oscar. Hey, good to hear you on. Kind of late in the day and off the back of the antenna, but you're...
Is the frequency in use? Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. Call in CQ. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. Yeah, the Kilo 4 station, go ahead. Yeah, you're pretty weak into Central California. Let me see if I got the call sign right. Kilo 4, Bravo, November Whiskey. Is that correct? Yeah, you faded out on me. Try to get in a couple minutes. QRZ, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455.
Kilo Delta Zero, India Hotel Papa.
Yeah, the Kilo Delta Zero. Give me the rest of your call.
India Hotel Papa.
Righty. Yep, I got a Kilo Delta Zero, India Hotel Papa. I'll give you a signal report here on the next go round. You have Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee here in Fresno, California.
Could you repeat?
Yeah, no problem. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Yep, QSL. Where are you located?
In the heart of Minnesota.
Very good on Minnesota. Just so you know, I am also live streaming on YouTube. If you're curious what you sound like in Central California, you can go look up my my call sign on YouTube.
Thanks, I'll check it out.
Alrighty, 73, sir, and we got you in the log. Well, the band is up and down today. QRZ, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. Anybody out there?
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Golf Sierra Zulu.
Yeah, I heard a Kilo Foxtrot 0. Go ahead.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Golf Sierra Zulu. This is Steve in North Iowa.
Very good on Iowa. Yeah, I got a Kilo Foxtrot 0, Golf Sierra Zulu. Is that correct?
Roger, Roger.
Very good. You're about a 5'7", 5'8" here into Central California, and I am also live streaming on YouTube if you're interested. Just go look up my call sign.
Okay, Roger, Roger. You are about a 5'7", 5'7" into North Iowa. My name is Steve. Happy New Year's in 73.
73, sir, and yep, you got Aaron here in Fresno, California. Alrighty, QRZ, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. Yeah, the Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey November QSL. Very good. Yeah, you're about 5'5" here into Central California, kind of right at my nose level, but I was able to copy your call sign, and we got you in the log, 73, sir.
QSL, I've got you back on the log now. Thank you, and 73, so you can have a happy and safe New Year.
Alrighty, you too. QRZ, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. I might have heard somebody in there, but very weak. Try it again. Now, can't make out the call sign right now. Try it again in a couple of minutes. The band is up and down. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, QRZ.
W0 Charlie Echo Mike.
Yeah, the W0 station. Go ahead and give me the rest of your call.
W0 Charlie Echo Mike.
Alrighty, I got a W0 Charlie Echo Mike. You're 5'9" into Central California.
Very good. You are 5'9" here in Eureka, Missouri. The name is Neil. And just wish you a very happy New Year for everybody. And we'll look for you further down the log. W0 Charlie Echo Mike.
Very good, Neil. Yep. Happy New Year. And name here is Aaron. And if you're interested, I'm also streaming on YouTube. Just go look up my call sign. Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, 73, sir.
73, W0 Charlie Echo Mike, sir.
CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. Call in CQ. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee 28.455. See what's going on over
Good to
here.
hear you on. Hope all's well there. Good signal, 5 and 9. Worked you last month, and it's been pretty good conditions to the west coast for months now. Name again is Dan, Denmark, America.
Well, that's Dan. I've talked to him before. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455, Fresno, California. Switch radios real quick. KJ6TYO, KJ6TYO, K6USY, Fresno. You around this afternoon, Ron? K6USY. Nope, guess not. Back to 10 meters. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California.
Kilo 0 Sierra X-ray Romeo.
Is that a Kilo 0 Sierra X-ray Romeo? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Very good, sir. You have Aaron here in Fresno, California, and you're doing pretty good.
Very good. I'm John here in Missouri. Got you 5-9 in Missouri, 5-9 in Missouri.
Very good there, John. Yeah, I'm running 100 watts on a 7300 with an Antron 99, and yeah, you're 5.9 here in Central California. I've been talking to a lot of people in Missouri today. It must just be band conditions. What are you running on that end?
DX 3000D, and just a wire antenna and 100 watts.
Well, very good. Well, it's definitely working for you. I'm also live streaming on YouTube right now, just for fun this afternoon. If you go look up my call sign on YouTube, you can hear what you sound like in California.
Okay, can I get your call sign one more time slowly, please?
Yeah, sir, no problem. It's Kilo 6 uniform Sierra Yankee.
All right, Kilo
Yeah, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Is that correct?
Oh, sorry, we doubled.
Kilo 6 Uniform Charlie Yankee.
Uniform Sierra Yankee, so United States Yankee.
Very good, very good. 73s and Happy New Year.
Alrighty, sir. Happy New Year to you as well, and thanks for stopping by on 10 meters. K6USY, Fresno.
K6USY, KF0OML.
I believe here a KF0 in there. Give me the rest of your call.
It is KF0OML.
Okay, so Kilo Foxtrot 0, Oscar Mike Lima, correct?
That is correct.
Alrighty, I got you about a 5455 here in Central California, but I copy you and got your call sign in the log.
Perfect. I've got you at about a 53 in Waukee, Iowa.
Very good on Iowa. Yeah, you probably have a lower noise floor than I do. I'm kind of in the middle of a relatively large metropolitan area, so my noise floor is at like about S4, and you're in S5.
Okay, Chris, you're one of my first contacts over someone like a couple of weeks ago.
You took a fade there, James, but yeah, it looks like you're a technician and you just got your license. Good on you for getting on 10 meters. Go get your general and you'll have tons of fun.
Perfect, thank you. 73.
Alrighty, yep, your signal came up there. So yeah, good to hear you out here, and welcome to the hobby. I've been licensed for 19 years, almost 20, so it's definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, you are definitely brand new. You only have 7 lookups on QRZ.
That is correct. I'm very new and just running a little vertical in the backyard, so.
Well, it's working for you. I'm running an Antron 99 and 100 watts on a 7300, so it when the band's working, it doesn't take much.
Glad to make contact, 73.
Alrighty, 73, sir, and yeah, don't be too hurt when you go look up my call sign on QRZ. I have 24,000 lookups, but as I said, I've been licensed for almost 2 decades, so you'll get there eventually. We'll catch you later. K6USY, QRZ. CQ10, CQ10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California.
Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee from Whiskey Oscar 5 Lima.
Whiskey Oscar 5 Lima, you're 5'9" into Central California.
You're 5'9" into Central Arkansas.
Very good, sir. What are you running on that end?
This is a Kenwood TS 940 SAT.
Very good, sir. Yeah, I'm on an ICOM 7300, 100 watts, and an Antron 99 up on the roof.
Roger, roger. I'm running a folded dipole through a Chief Kit tuner. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I'm using an LDG tuner. This vertical is still tuned for 11 meters, and so I just flip the tuner on when I come up to 10 or down to 12, and the antenna works great.
Roger, Roger's doing a good job for you. 7-3, and have a good New Year.
Alrighty, sir. Yep, 7-3, and have a good New Year. And if you're interested, I'm currently live streaming on YouTube. So if you're interested in how you sound out here in California, you can go back and find the contact. If you just go look up my call sign on YouTube, you'll find my live stream. 73 K6USY, Fresno.
7-3, sir.
Is that a fact?
Uh-oh, he found me.
Yep, I found you. I had to tune, though.
Yeah, you probably did. How's it going, Larry?
Oh, pretty good. I saw your streaming live, so I clicked on it, and you're on 10 meters. How about that? This is K6VLF.
I'm actually going to put you in my log. So Kilo 6, Victor Lima Foxtrot, and there you are. You're in the log.
All right. Yeah. You know, I need to try to get my QRZ page back going again. I lost my password and got locked out of it, so I haven't been able to edit my QRZ page.
Yeah, you should be able to go do a password reset recovery dealy thing on there, and yeah, I know. People have a love-hate relationship with QRZ. Apparently, the guy that runs it is not everyone's favorite person.
Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, well, I'm going to let you hit that DX there. Any moment now, Australia might be coming in.
Oh, yeah, you never know. Well, I got up early this morning, and I was working FT8 on 12 meters and was working stations all over Europe. But then I go up to the sideband part of the band, and there was nobody. So things were open, just nobody wanted to talk. But, I worked Germany and Italy and a couple stations in the UK this morning on 12 meters. So the bands are definitely doing things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that 10 meters is like that too. The band will be quiet, but then you go down to the FT8 portion. I think it's 28074, and it's like all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I try to stay on sideband when I'm home, but sometimes I don't feel like talking into the microphone. And then other times I'm stuck at work operating remotely, and there's other people in the office, and so I'll work FT8 from work when I'm at can't be talking into a microphone. But Sunday afternoon, New Year's Eve, not too much else going on. I figured, okay, let's get on here and live stream and call CQ and see who we get, and been working people back east. And I've found that the starting the stream up is a good way to drum up some local people, because then you guys notice that I'm on the air.
Yep, that's right. So what software are you using to broadcast to YouTube? Are you using the OBS?
Yeah, I'm using whatever the newest version, OBS 30.0.2.
Okay, yeah, that's what I use too. I was just wondering.
They're kind of the only. I'm sure there's something else out there, but they're kind of the only. They're kind of what everybody uses, and it makes it easy. And then my computer has. I have a 1060 NVIDIA card in my computer, and so I have hardware encoding. So it uses like no CPU power to run the stream because my graphics card's doing all the work.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I actually, I have two computers here, and one of them, the one I use for streaming, has a 8th generation processor, whereas The one I regularly use for stuff is just a kind of like a G4 540 or something like that. Something much smaller.
Yeah, this is I think I have an i3. I think it's the 8th or 9th gen or something, but the i3s in this generation started being quad cores. And so I've actually been pretty happy with this processor for what I use this computer for, but yeah, definitely helps having the dedicated hardware to run the stream. And then when we started streaming the Bozo nets, we did the same thing. We set up a computer with a dedicated graphics processor to be able to run the stream for the Bozo nets.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta work on my e-bike batteries. Keep soldering those together, and all that good stuff. So we'll talk to you later, Aaron. K6USY, K6VLF.
Very good, Larry. Thanks for stopping by. K6VLF, K6USY, Fresno. Anybody else on frequency? QRZ, Kilo 6 Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno.
Kilo Mike 4, radio. Kilo 0, Julia Kilo.
Yeah, the Kilo 0, was it Juliet? Give me the rest.
That's Kilo 0, Julia Kilo.
Ah, that makes it easy. You're booming into Central California. Where are you located?
I'm located up here in Minnesota, a little town called Litchfield, about 60 miles west of Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Oh, very good. How much power are you running? You're 20 over.
Right now, I've got the AL800H cruising along at maybe about a kilowatt.
Oh, very good, sir. It looks like we worked each other on FT8 back on the 27th, so good to catch you here on sideband. I'm also live streaming on YouTube. If you go punch my call sign into YouTube, the live stream will pop up.
Ah, cool. I'll have to check that out. I see a lot of that happening nowadays. It looks like a lot of fun. A new wrinkle to the hobby.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And I don't point a camera at my mug. I just have a shot of my control software for the radio, so you can see the spectrum scope and your signals. You know, I figure nobody cares to look at me, but you can see the radio and you can see your signal and hear your audio and hear what I'm hearing out here in California.
Ah, cool. I'll finally see if I have the AMC set right on this 101. Boy, these things are really hard to dial in.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, and I'm noticing you're, well, it might also just be because you're 20 over, but it almost looks like you're running an extended sideband. That's probably just a little bit of bleed over because the signal's so strong.
Oh, I do have the total bandpass filter turned on. I was playing around with that the other day, so I think I'm at 4K.
Oh, that would explain it. Hold on. Let me open up my filter here. Let me see if I can hear it. Okay, go ahead and take a transmission.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I've been playing with the audio on this, trying to dial it in and using the online SDRs and stuff to kind of listen to my signal and just playing around. Like I said, it's not the easiest radio to just plug and play. Some of the older radios just seemed a lot easier to get good audio out of them.
Well, very good. Yeah, I'm running a Heil PR. PR20 into an audio interface in my computer, and then I remote control my 7300. My 7300 and my 9700 are actually in a closet, and I remotely control both rigs. And of course, this rig doesn't support extended sideband, but on the receive side, I can open it up to 3.6.
Very cool. Yeah, I kind of like the remote idea. I'd like to buy the modem so that I can work this radio from anywhere, but it's just Yaesu wants that extra $300, whatever, and heck, you can never find them in stock, so there's that too.
Yeah, I was noticing that I have a buddy who's got an FTDX 101 that I need to help him remote, and you got to buy the remote box, and they're back ordered. ICOM made it relatively easy on the 9700. It has a built-in network port, and so I remote that radio over my network. The 7300, I'm using a USB to Ethernet extension to get the USB signal over to my desktop, and then I just remote it through my computer. So if I want to access this radio remotely, I just connect to my computer, and then that connects to the radio. But the 9700, as I said, makes it super easy. You don't even need a computer. You can just network straight to the radio.
Oh, that is super cool. I wish Yaesu had done that. I guess eventually I'll figure it out. It'd be cool to do it from the cell phone, too. I know a lot of guys check into the local section net here in Minnesota with remote stations through their cell phone while out driving around with the XYL. So sounds like an interesting avenue to explore.
Oh yeah, I've done a combination of if it's slow at work, I can remote in and run FT8 on my HF rig. I've talked to people on the local repeaters. I've had to go to Las Vegas for work and be stuck in a hotel room for a week by myself and without the family, and I don't really care to go walking around Las Vegas, so I'll just grab my laptop and jump on the radio and talk to people back home as if I'm here, and they're always shocked when I tell them that, oh yeah, I'm in Nevada right now.
Yeah, if I could figure out a way to do an antenna system up in the engineering office at work, it'd be cool just to bring the Raspberry Pi to work and do a little FT8 in the downtime, but I don't know how the boss would feel about that.
Oh, yeah, totally understandable. Fortunately, I work in IT, and so as long as nothing is broken and my inbox is empty and I don't have any tickets and, it's a Friday afternoon, I'll play on the radio.
I figure if you're doing administrative work, there's nothing wrong with doing a little radio either. But then again, I'm looking for ways to incorporate radio in every aspect of my life, so I'm kind of a nerd that way.
Oh, most definitely. You just have to run that fine line of not ticking off the family.
Between that and playing guitar, I think I've already done that.
Oh, very good. Yeah, my wife asked me earlier what I wanted to do this afternoon. I'm like, I'm gonna go play on the radio. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, my bride, she doesn't like the noise, the static. It drives her up the wall. So, and FT8, sometimes I'll leave the volume up when I'm playing FT8, and that really is not her favorite thing at all. But I told her it'll grow on her.
Well, the obvious solution is to do what I'm doing and just wear headphones.
Yeah, I could do that, I suppose. But then I can't hear her when she yells for me, and I get in trouble. So it's kind of a double-edged sword.
She can just throw something at you. Yeah, my kids just come wandering in here and just start tugging at my my arm. It's like, hey, hold on, I got a hot mic to YouTube.
Yeah, I suppose that could be a problem. Yeah, good fun. Yeah, I'll have to check out your YouTube channel. I'm kind of interested in the concept myself, but I definitely wouldn't want my ugly mug up on there. But it would be cool to maybe just play around with and learn how to do all that.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it's I ended up setting it up because we have some local nets that we run here on 2 meter, 6 meter, 440, 1.2 gig sideband. We call them the Bozo nets. And the guy that runs these VHF, UHF weak signal nets wanted to be able to stream the nets on YouTube, and so I'm like, okay, well, let's figure out how to do live streaming on YouTube. And so I did all the work and research to figure out how to do it for those nets. And you can go find that on YouTube too. There's a separate Bozo Nets channel that I run for those nets. And I figured, well, I got it all set up. I might as well, when I'm in here on Sunday afternoons just playing radio, I might as well just flip it on and live stream. That way people can hear what they sound like, and it gets recorded. You can go back later and look at it. There's actually a clock on the stream, so it makes it really easy for you to figure out, just write the time down. It's, it's 1:48 here on the West Coast. So you just have to, do the time zone difference, but you can pretty easily figure out where you are in the stream and go find the QSO.
Very cool. one of these days, I'll have to get the SDR Play at least hooked up, and then I forget what that program's called. You can live stream with OB something or another. I have it. I haven't really played with it yet, but I'll get it set up and figure it out, and it'd be fun to play around doing that.
Yeah, Oscar Bravo Sierra OBS is it's pretty simple. You just tell it, and of course it was made easier by the fact that I already run both of my rigs and all my audio through the computer already anyways, and so it made it super easy because my microphone was already hooked in. I already had audio coming from the rigs, and I just can feed it into OBS, and so I have full two-way audio going out to YouTube right now.
All right, I found it on the computer here, so I have it installed. I just need to get past the first step of installing the program and then forgetting that I did it. But I have a lot of projects in my life.
Oh yes, well that's the way it goes. I mean, shoot, yesterday I was working on a 1.2 gigahertz beam, and then back down here on 10 meters, and then I got plans for other antennas, and so you finish one project and you move on to the next one.
Well, unfortunately, I see a lot of squirrels. You finish one project, and you pick up a new one like 3D printing, and then pretty soon you're solid modeling, and then you're just in a whole new rabbit hole. And too many squirrels in life.
Oh, I can totally understand that. Yeah, there's reasons why I have not gotten too deep into satellite or EME or a couple other facets of the hobby, because I'm like, nope. That is a rabbit hole that I will go down later in my, amateur radio, life. And I'm 36 years old, and I've been licensed for almost 20 years here coming up in February. So I still have plenty of time to get into those other things.
Yeah, there's a fellow here locally that likes working satellites, and he talks about it a lot. It does sound like it's a lot of fun, but and working the space station and the EME and you can. There's people complain about this hobby, but there's just so much for everybody. I mean, pick your little niche part of the hobby and run with it. Like Parks on the Air, I'm going to start. I got my box here ready to go. I just need to build my antenna system. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with an end-fed half wave or build myself a vertical antenna of some sort and go from there. And I think it's going to be a fun endeavor. I really like the concept. It seems like the people that do it have a lot of fun, and I really enjoy hunting it. So why not activate it?
Oh yeah. I ended up buying an ICOM 705 and a buddy stick, and I've done 3 POTA activations so far. QRP, which is a bit of a challenge, but it's been fun. Get a couple of contacts on sideband, and then I usually end up on FT8. But the fact that I can sit there with the 705 and my cell phone and do full logging in FT8 without a computer, just the radio, my cell phone, and an antenna, and sit there and enjoy the outdoors. It's fun when I can work it in. K6USY, Fresno.
Yep, definitely for sure. Like I said, next summer, or this spring and summer and fall coming up, I don't know if I'm going to do much of the winter stuff. A little too cold for me. I'd rather be ice fishing anyway, which I'm not doing this year. It's been a little too warm up here in Minnesota. But all right, Aaron, well, I'm going to back on out of here and let you make a few more contacts rather than talking to boring old me. So thanks for the conversation, and you take care. 73, have a happy new year. See you later on down the log. K0JK.
Alrighty, Jonathan, 73, and have a happy new year, and thanks for stopping by. And I don't mind sitting here chatting with people. I'd rather do that than 73 and buy in 2 seconds. So stop by any time, and we'll catch you later. 73 K6USY, Fresno. Yeah, QRZ. Anybody else on frequency? Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. I hear somebody in there, but I think you're right at my noise floor, so try to get in a couple minutes. K6USY, QRZ, anybody else? CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. See how the band's doing. Yeah, we got Great Line on the East Coast, so might start hearing people. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. Is the frequency in use, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee? CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 24.95. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. CQ 12 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno, California. Hello, K6USY on 29.600 Fresno, California. CQ 10 meter FM, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee on 29.600. CQ 10 meter FM, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno.
plunger exploded, and then
I was starting to train the crew that had been named for first flight after the accident, but I did not get to close that out. They ended up launching when I was over at my second assignment. Yeah, I got over to the Cape, but never to see a launch. A real good friend of mine now. I think he's deputy administrator. He's from Minnesota, and I worked with him quite a bit. And he invited me to one of his launches, but after I'd gotten out of the Air Force, and I had 3 small kids, and I couldn't pull it off. But I've been over to the Cape a couple of times for some work-related stuff, but never to see a launch. Unfortunately, I guess that's the way it works, W7RN, KB0 Echo Oscar. I played softball for a couple of seasons with a guy that was in mission control during the Apollo 13. I'm going to throw the name out. It's been a long time, but I wonder if you knew him. Merlin Merritt. He's now deceased, but I played softball with him. He told a lot of stories about working through the Apollo 13 issues. Yeah, amen to that. I'm in my early 60s, and the joints are starting to do some funny things and my wife, the same thing. We're starting to get a little bit concerned with that. Yeah, he was a wonderful guy, a good Christian man, and like I say, played softball with him. But I picked his brain about some of the stuff he was working on. And I can't recall any of the stories, but it was very, very interesting at the time. And there were still, I got there in end of 1984, and there were still a bunch of Apollo guys.
he rides it all over his neighborhood, over. It is a lot of work because you're up the whole time, whether you're working CW or you're working phone. It's just a lot of, especially if you park and call, which is really what you have to do if you want to make points. I just park on a frequency and then call, and it seems to work pretty well. And, the station is good, and I agree with you. I think a lot of it's like a photo.
Because I'm a photographer as well. Your camera's only as good as the lens you have on the end of it. If you got good glass, top-end glass, on your camera, you're going to take some beautiful pictures, and it's like your antennas. If your antenna is really good, you can have a pretty simple radio, and you're going to make a lot of contacts because the antenna is doing all the work. Anyways, my mother-in-law is visiting here this weekend for New Year's, and she's down in one of our rooms here in our house, and I've got a TV down there that's acting up for some reason, and I got to figure out what's going on. So she texted me while we were talking here, so I got to go down and fix that technical problem that seems to be rising up down there. But what a pleasure, Ray, contacting you and talking to you, and glad to hear you on the air. And we'll pick it up again where you left off. We got lots of things we can talk about, I'm sure. And you know what? The other thing, the thought came to my mind too, Ray. You ought to write a book. You've got some great stories. I mean, the things you've done. I mean, that whole dissertation about when you went to the guy's old radio station and he had a curtain antenna and all that. I mean, it was just I could just picture it in my mind. So you're very descriptive, and I think it would be really good to just, I know you got arthritis now, unfortunately, if you could dictate it in, you might write a really cool book that I'd be happy to read. I think it would be fascinating. And for the hobby, it'd be really interesting. But, Ray, I got to go. Unfortunately, I've got to take care of this. But my pleasure, and I wish you a very happy New Year, my friend. And the less we have to swing the shovel, the happier I am in the wintertime here this time. Hopefully you won't have to do it too much. I got all the machines and stuff ready to go if I need them, but right now they're sitting pretty idle, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. All the best to you and your beautiful wife, and thanks again, Ray, for coming back to my call, and I'll say 7-3s. I got to go, but thanks again. VA7RWAI0M. All the best, my friend.
CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee 28.455. The Kilo Fox 5, give me the rest of your call.
Kilo Fox 5 Golf Whiskey Oscar, East Texas.
I believe I got a Kilo Fox 5 Golf Whiskey Oscar. Looks like we worked back in October, but nice to get you in the log again.
No problem. Well, I'm in East Texas, and the name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo.
Very good, Mark. Name here is Aaron, Alpha Romeo Oscar November, and I'm also live streaming on YouTube under my call sign if you go look it up. Okay, yep, I'm running an ICOM 7300 and an Antron 99 and 100 watts, so you're making the trip. You're just above my noise floor, but I can make out what you're saying, so it's definitely working. Okay, yeah, you're about a 5.4, 5.5, which is right at my noise floor. I'm in a relatively large metropolitan area, and my noise floor is usually at an S4 on this band.
Well, about a S1, maybe a 3 on my side on noise level.
Very good, yeah. I'm going to go shut off all my neighbors' power and turn off all their noisy electronics. Yep, sounds good. Yeah, as the gray line moves across the country, I'm sure the signals from the middle of the country will start picking up, and then they'll just completely disappear. But that's just kind of how the band's been running. I was working Europe on 12-meter FT8 this morning, so the bands have definitely been doing stuff. We'll wait and see what happens when the sun comes up in Japan and see if we can start hearing those guys over there. You took a fade on me, Mark, so I didn't copy that, but I'll say 73 and got you back in the log again, and we'll catch you later. Very good, Mark. 73 and Happy New Year. K6USY QRZ. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455. CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee on 28.455 in Fresno, California. CQ, 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 CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 uniform, Sierra Yankee. KJ6TYO, KJ6TYO, K6USY, Fresno. Anybody around on 55, K6USY, Fresno. K6USY 5.7.
I'm sorry, this number has been disconnected.
Oh, there is somebody here. Oh, just watch what you say. You're being live streamed on YouTube.
Okay, hello, YouTube. This is the Grace L. Ferguson Radio Network.
Yeah, the West Coast service of W6YEP, I take it.
I heard we have our first caller from GFD. He's wondering why Arizona beat the Eagles today.
Oh, that was glorious. The best part is it put the 49ers into a ride through first place, and they don't have to play in the wild card weekend.
Right, yeah, they did okay. See, they were playing the Commanders, and I was watching the tail end of that game, cleaning up. I expect to have guests wander in here, so if I don't come back all of a sudden, it's because I have four people coming in for their Christmas present.
Did you tell them that you already sent it back and it's too late?
No, it's moolah.
Oh, well, yeah, money never goes old.
Well, the good news is that it's for so you got to get them something. So when they go skiing, they go up with a little extra greenback in their wallet. Well, that part's okay, but there's no snow.
Is there somebody else on frequency?
Can anybody get in this TV show, KB6GFD?
Yes, you too can be on YouTube.
It's been expired for years.
Reconnected to the Worldwide Network or the Worldwide Net?
Yeah, I was calling CQ, making contacts with people on 10 meters, and then I'd figured I'd harass people on 2 meters for a couple minutes.
Oh, you're doing a good job, so that's what did it. No, I was just outside cleaning up. Dennis, what are you doing?
I was in the radio room. I think Aaron was on 455, but I didn't participate. And then I popped up the video. I think I heard him on another channel. I missed my opportunity to be a star, so I had to come up here.
You probably heard me on 5.5.
Yeah, that's what it was. Anyway, I'm still hanging out there, Pat, and doing stuff.
You're still alive. Okay, well, hang on. If you can repeat that again for 10 more years, you got it made.
Wait a minute. I thought I was just done with my 10 years. You mean I got to do it in 10 more?
I got to do it 10 more. What's your birth date?
Birth date is in November.
November. What year?
55. Over.
55. Man, I got you. I got you, Leach. You still have a lot of tread on your tires.
Well, with the present company here, we're both old farts.
Yeah, that's true. Now, gee whiz, I'm looking at my. Let's see. I've been W6YEP for 67, going on 68 years.
Were you N?
I sure was. I was a big N.
Yeah. See, I was after that. I didn't get an N.
You didn't? Oh, what'd you do wrong?
I don't know, but I'm still using my novice call though. That should count for something.
Yeah, that'll work. And now I have to. My license expires the end of this month, so I have to. I noticed they want their palm crossed with silver now.
Oh, what? $35 now?
Yeah, we went through this before. They charged you money, then they stopped doing it. Now they're back doing it again.
Well, blame Congress.
Well, I figure in a way, if you can't afford $35, get out of the hobby.
So the way the story goes, Congress changed the rules to where the FCC is now required to recoup the cost of processing the renewal. And the consequences of that, the GMRS license went from $70 to $35, and then the ham license went from $0 to $35. And since I have both licenses, they're still getting $70 from me every 10 years.
That's good. That's good. Keep it up. What do you use the GMRS license for?
A whole lot of nothing, but it was $35 and didn't require a test, and I figured, oh, what the heck, I might as well have a second call sign.
Can you do upper and lower sideband?
Oh, no. It's FM only on the FRS channels, but there are repeaters, and there is a couple in the area, but it's definitely not as useful as ham radio.
Now, is there a GMRS coordinator for the area?
No, it's the Wild West.
No kidding. No, I don't think I've ever paid any attention to it.
Yeah, anybody and their uncle can buy a repeater and slap it up on their roof, and you just kind of have to, play along with your neighbors.
Oh, we used to have, for years and years, I used, it had an industrial type, it's a itinerant license. 461 dot, what was it? I think 461, 462, something 55. I'll think of it in a second. I had to go back and dig up the license. I've gotten rid of the equipment since.
Yeah, the other annoying thing is you can't, the call signs are obnoxious. My GMRS call is WRVX201, and you can't change it, and they're really goofy.
See, what happens if you go slant mobile?
Well, if you slant your mobile, then you're driving on two tires.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with GMRS at all. Never paid any attention. 464.55. That was my call, and that was itinerant, so we could use that anywhere in the U.S.
What did you do? Harass the people over at Continental with that license and say, "Hey, you guys, stock the shelves."
Well, the thing with it is that the radios were very flexible. I could go over and monitor the broadcast channels, the newsroom freaks on 450. I used to love to catch the dispatcher.
Well, and Dennis, did you ever have a CB call sign?
Yes, I got my CB call sign in 1970. Actually, I didn't get my call sign My mom got it because you had to be 16 at the time.
Wow, interesting.
So I begged and pleaded because the little paper came with your set saying, well, you need to get your license here. So I believe it was under her name. And it was $20. It was $20 back then.
What's that with inflation?
What was her called, Mama?
And of course, you licensed you didn't license you licensed the station.
Right, but when you were 14, 15, $20 seemed probably like a ton of money.
It was a lot of money. And then I think they dropped it to $8, and then it went up, and then it was free, and this was before they had 4 million people on the same channel.
Yeah, I think people nowadays forget that there's 40 channels down there, and they all congregate on 3 of them.
Hey, Dennis, were you ever king of the hill with the Heathkit DX100 on CB?
I never had the Marauder or the Mohican. I never had the DX100. I never had a modified Valiant or anything like that. I had a little old radio. In fact, I even opened it, was it last week? You can see my first radio last week on OTR. I boxed it up and gifted it to myself.
Where'd you hide it? Under the bed?
No, it's just been sitting in its original box for a long time.
No, that's what Chandler does. If you guys ever go over to PKO's, he has all his good stuff under the bed.
Hey, I've got his HT37 here.
Good rig. Now we get see the Viking. What was it? The Johnson Viking 2. We had one of those on Chicken Band once, and that raised quite a ruckus.
It's got a good key down time.
Yeah, that's true. And the Valiant, Johnson Valiant, was a good one for terrorizing the neighborhood.
Oh, you guys will find this interesting. I fixed my SWR problem with my 1.2 gig beam.
What'd you do? Use a bobby pin?
Yeah, I didn't even have to go up on the roof to fix it.
You just hit the off switch?
No, I moved it from port 2 on my coax switch to port 4, and that was the problem. So, these alpha delta switches are, they claim that they'll go up to 1300 megahertz, but some of the ports don't like those frequencies as well as other ones do.
And connector?
Yep, it's all in connector.
Dipped in holy water?
I think it's an internal thing.
Oh, no, totally. I think the RF at that frequency doesn't like hairpinning. So the problem is, it's a 4-port switch with the common in the middle, and if I put the antennas on port 1 and port 4, it's fine. If I put it on 2 and 3, which is right next to the common, it's not happy.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Guys posting on, pictures saying, "Don't do this."
Okay, I got a question.
This is the question frequency.
Over.
Yeah. Okay. This is for Aaron. What's been your best DX on 1200?
I talked to a guy in Mount Bullion, I think. I don't have a ton on that band, so you're probably now going to tell me what you've worked.
No. It's just see, what's that? North Korea? No, see, Indonesia? No, not that one. That did that on 2300. No, I didn't. Pulling your leg. No, most of the stuff's been L.A., San Francisco, Reno, stuff like that.
Well, did I tell you that I worked Mexico on 2 meters with 100 watts and a hoe loop? Granted, I was doing FT8, but still.
And where was his antenna mounted? On top of the Great Trump fence?
Well, probably. He's got a giant station down there, and he basically, he probably doesn't have any neighbors to talk to, so he leaves his antennas pointed north the whole time.
Yeah, We'll see. That's Wolfman who?
I bet he's got some good food down there.
Hey Dennis, this is going to be the question. This is for Aaron. Aaron, Dennis and I are both listening for the answer. Do you remember listening to Wolfman Jack?
No.
Mighty 1090?
Mighty 1090? Yes.
XERB and wherever else he was?
Right, where the music just keeps on coming. That's Dennis. Find the tapes of XERB and Wolfman Jack.
All right. Well, I grew up in Southern California with my little crystal radio set, about 3 miles away from KNX. So, you know what I was listening to.
To KNX, was they running 5K at the time?
1070, and I think they might have been 50.
Okay, that's an old station. That's one of the first. That shows in my broadcast journals from 1923.
You could probably listen to them on a belt buckle.
Yeah, well, I had a germanium diode and I think the little high-ohm earplug, and you could touch the water pipe and KNX would show up.
Yeah, that's 2K impedance earphone.
Yeah, those little orangey things you plug in your 3K, 2K earphone channel.
Then you plug it into the 220.
I made one of those once, and I think I picked a KMJ on it, which is not that difficult.
Well, when did you hear KMJ? At the old site or new site?
Oh, this was probably back in the 90s, but they have those little kits. It is basically a coil and like a crystal, and yeah, you'd go out to a water pipe and ground it, and then put the little earphone in, and you could tune around the AM band, and thing didn't run off batteries or anything.
But yes, you're out there in the cold, tied onto this water pipe, and your mom wants you to come in.
Yeah, and then you fall into the pool, and everything just goes downhill.
If it's back in the 90s, that's when they were still running the 5KW single tower out there in Kerman. And then they moved out to towards Orange Cove and put up the 4-tower 50K thing. I think puts a lousier signal into the hills.
Yeah, out there on American Avenue on the way to Orange Cove.
You know how high those towers are?
Pretty damn tall.
870 feet. So if you have to get to the top and you forgot something, you're out of luck.
I saw the pattern. Don't they have to protect Hawaii or something?
I don't know. I don't know what the Joe. Who's the chief? Joe Mock used to be the chief. I don't know who's in charge of that thing now, but it's very impressive because each tuning shed has their big coils, and it looks like it could make whiskey. The copper coils.
Yeah, I think they had to have some funky pattern because of Hawaii.
Well, and then some of those stations run a different pattern during the day and a different pattern at night.
Yeah, do they change pattern?
I think they do.
Okay, I think they should have left it at 5 because it was very reliable.
I'll ask Rich. I think he was involved when they changed the transmitter.
Yeah, when it was still 5K, I'm non-directional. I was over in New Mexico, just coming up on the Arizona border, and my NDB and the plane got a nice lock on it. Oh, my guests have just arrived, folks.
Well, have fun. K6USY.
I'll be back. W6YEP.
KB6GFD.
That was a double. Go ahead, Dennis.
They're not driving in an FCC van. KB6GFD.
Yeah, I'm looking up to see. I don't know if the stations like publish their patterns anymore. I know some of them used to.
There's probably a way to find that, but I remember Rich showing me the fact that they had the KMJ pattern is really funky because they had to null something out So that's probably why they had to go to the 4 towers. All right, I got to jump out. Thanks for letting me play on the video display, and I'm not sure if there's any SWLs, but you know who you are, KB6GFD.
There might be a couple, but yeah, I might go back to waiting for the gray line to start crossing over the North America and see what 10 meters does this afternoon. We'll catch you later, K6USY.
Yeah, check the current conditions. I was listening on 40 about an hour ago. The signals were really good, and in 5 minutes, the band completely dropped out everywhere, so something happened.
Yeah, I can't go down that low yet. I just have the Antron 99. The next, I need to buy another section of coax, and then I'll probably put up some kind of a multi-band fan dipole or something for the lower bands. But yes, I definitely want to get onto 40 meters.
All right. Well, A is 5, K is 1. Ooh, sunspot numbers down to 55. Was 10 pretty good?
Well, see, I was working Europe on 12 meters this morning when Gray Line was coming through Europe, and then I took a break and went and watched football, and then came back. And Tim was all right for a Sunday afternoon. You know, I made, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 QSOs just parking on a frequency and calling CQ.
Okay, well, that's good. I mean, it's open. It's better than it could be. All right. You know, I'm going to have to get my my 760, my 737 back. If the audio on this little microphonium is less than stellar.
Well, you just got to run everything through your audio board.
Yeah, you know, that means I've got to mix it down to a phone jack here. I don't know if this is a 8-pin. I guess it's 8-pin. I got to make a little adapter for that.
Yeah, I like having one microphone for both radios. It makes it really nice.
Yeah, then you just got to remember then you have multiple buttons for the key.
So I only have one keyer, and I'm actually right now the USB key is connected to the 7300, so I'm actually using my mouse to key up this radio right now. So I have to actually put my hand on the mouse and click in the transmit button when I want to unkey and key.
That is so 21st century. Well, I'm on the 4000 right now, and I'm listening. That's the first time I think I've ever heard the audio coming back, and it sounds like typical hand microphonium FM, thin, and don't get too SE because it'll sound bad.
Yeah, there's definitely not a lot. There's basically no lows coming through.
I'm not sure how much the radio would pass anyway, but I know I can do better. All right, KB6GF Delirious.
Alrighty, K6USY Fresno. K6USY QRZ.
Up floating away, and people do stupid things, and I think they see that there's ice, and so they go and take some risks. The problem is when they do stuff like that, it puts all the first responders at great danger because they have to go out there in the icy water and pull them off and stuff. And, so they all of those guys took a lot of bad press here. I think it was all via boats, and I heard that a couple of guys fell in as they were trying to jump from the ice to the shoreline ice, and they got rescued by some guys that lived on the lake and pulled some canoes out and rescued them. But the wind apparently was blowing pretty hard, and it blew them out very quickly. And the thing is, if you're going to be a serious ice fisherman, you have to be able to read the ice. And there's just times where you can just tell it's not safe. And I don't want to fall through the ice, so I am very, very cautious. And these guys apparently threw caution to the wind. And people have been taking a lot of risks. It's been a warm winter so far, and the ice has been marginal on most of the lakes, and some people are doing some really stupid stuff. And there's been a lot of rescues this year up here. WA6 EKS KB0 Echo Oscar. No, I've never worked it, and some friends of mine have. I don't have the equipment for it, and just it hasn't been a big thing. And I know they've got a big program for working school, so I've been kind of just laying low.
Is the frequency in use Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee? CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee, Fresno. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee. CQ 10 meters, Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra Yankee.
November 5, Foxtrot, Tango Yankee.
Yeah, the November 5 station, go ahead. Must be someone else on the frequency. K6USY. Yeah, we can go play somewhere else. Let's go in completely the opposite direction. Hello, radio, K6USY on 1296-100 DMO6. K6USY, Fresno.
My, a voice on the radio. K6USY, I think, NW6C, Floptier and Bishop.
Yep, there are people out here occasionally. Yeah, I like to pop into this repeater sometimes. It's kind of fun that I can hit it from this side of the mountains and talk to you guys over there.
Well, I was not kidding. You're the first voice on here of the day. It's been quiet. And, yeah, thin overcast this morning and finally some sun coming through, and now it's getting a little more cloudy again by the time. And I'm reading the Mammoth Sheet newspaper, their year-end edition, with some of the highlights from the year. So, oh well.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we had a little bit of rain the other day, and then now it's all just overcast and cold and gloomy, and that's not that cold. It's 57 degrees outside, so and I think we're supposed to get some more rain later this week. Definitely not as much rain as we had last year.
Well, that's their warning about runoff. There's still damage to some of the back roads around here, including, I think, Death Valley got hit hard, but they're advertising on the news radio this morning, come to Death Valley. They have wildflowers and they have water in the lake. Come on down. So, oh well.
Greg?
Yeah, we've been broken. Go ahead.
KI6CYW, boy, your signal from Fresno is just clear, full bars. What altitude are you in Fresno?
Practically sea level. I'm at like 280, 300 foot elevation. The big difference is I have 100 watts.
And are you set back a little bit from the mountains, or are you up against them? Because you are coming over just clear as a bell.
Oh yeah, no, I'm way back from the mountains because I'm west of 99 in Fresno. I'm barely within the city limits of Fresno on the western edge.
I copy that. Really funny. When we ask for directions to places here on the east side, invariably the computers will send us to Fresno because it's only 35 miles as the crow flies. But little do they know how many hours around it is. Anyway, good contact with you. KI6CYW listening. Thanks for the break, John.
No problem. Yeah. Another fairly slow day today. I'm thinking about doing car projects like completing that fuel injection conversion, but not today.
Well, John, you could always do it next year.
I don't know. Once it gets postponed, you don't do today what you can put off to tomorrow. Was that it or something? Anyway. And it's a little cold down in the garage, so oh well. I did get on the bicycle when it warmed up a bit here and pedaled my way across town, maybe half a mile, to snag a newspaper off the rack. So, and had a long visit with one of our other radio operators, Randy Jackson. Had his pole out there fishing for cats.
Very good. K6USY, Fresno. But yeah, no, it's always funny when I talk to guys about getting into this repeater, and I'm always surprised that there's not more people over here that try to do this. It's it's not that difficult to get into the Mammoth repeater. You just have to have a good shot up the San Joaquin River, and yeah, I like to get on here every once in a while and eject a little bit of just put an extra voice into your guys' system over there, because yeah, as you said, I broke the silence today.
Verdi's, I should let it reset all the way here. There is an alligator on the Mammoth repeater. And the local ones are via computer control. You probably know that. And they have the beep, and yep, it's reset, and then a big carrier hang, so you don't get delays. But that does not work for the Mammoth link. It still keeps that repeater up till timeout. And I've years ago talked to an operator on the Coast Range up on the top there, wondering where he was getting into it. And that's what that repeater is for, is actually if we disappear from the face of the earth, communications-wise, which has happened here in the valley. Supposedly, years ago, they had a fuel-powered generator up there on the mountaintop that would get the signal over from essentially District 9, Caltrans, to District 6, Fresno. And it could do that, so that was the motivation to begin with.
Yeah, I've heard that, and it works great. And yeah, the other guy that broke in, yeah, it's only like 35 miles, and was it Devil's Post Pile over there, which I've wanted to visit forever, is not that far away, but to get to it is a pain in the butt. And if I remember right, it's in Madera County. It's on the other side of the mountains, and you got to go through Yosemite to get to it, or go through Tehachapi.
Yeah. Yeah, early on, I first visited that, in the 1960s? Probably early 1960s with the family. And it was a dirt road to get down there. You're going down the west side of Mammoth Mountain into that area, really fascinating area. And yeah, that's the San Joaquin River headwaters there. And lately they have a shuttle bus, and they've had to redo it. They've paved that thing and restrict personal vehicles to campers, Red's Meadows or whatever it is, Devil's Post Pile, Rainbow Falls. It's all down in that area. And early on, this repeater helped out there. And supposedly, I don't know what happened years ago, but you could actually get on a dirt road, come up from the west side, and look down on that. There's no road connection, but you can actually see the road from the other side. Never verified that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Because I've made it. because there's a couple lakes back there that you can drive to. You go up to Huntington, past Shaver Lake, up 168 where it dead ends, and then you can go up over Kaiser Pass, and you can get back into the Kaiser Wilderness. And there's a road back there that you can get to Florence and Edison, but that's a little bit farther south. But it's all on the San Joaquin River, so there's ways to get back there from both sides. But there's no connection in between, and don't think they ever will. There's enough wilderness area and not enough population on your guys' side of the mountains to to warrant putting any like tunnels or any other work in.
There was probably knows this, but for years that was the proposed route. 203 and over. And finally I was there when Caltrans, with all the wilderness designation and the green power, Caltrans finally just gave up on that. They erased it from the proposals. Although somebody was saying, one of our Caltrans civil engineers years ago, it wouldn't take much tunneling to do that. It could be done, but meanwhile, some of the local gossip is, well, the people in Mammoth just, they just wouldn't have those Fresno people over here. That would just ruin the neighborhood.
Oh, I could definitely see that. Keeping just enough of the tourists out, but when you have almost 1 million people over on this side of the mountains, so if you made it easier for us to get over there, we would probably figure it out.
And that would be a promising truck route. As it is, the trucks northbound here, particularly in the wintertime, if they're heading straight up to Reno or somewhere north, it's up and down, one mountain pass after another. So here in Bishop, the north end, they bail out on Route 6, which heads you out northbound into Nevada. And you can get up there without near the weather complications. And Route 203 is the one that ends up at Devil's Post Pile pretty much.
Yeah.
State Highway in Mammoth goes up to the ski resort. And that thing resumes and intercepts Route 6 at the Benton Crossing. And that could very well be a major commercial route. But, not in any time in my near future, it looks like.
Yeah, well, and even if it was a major route, it probably wouldn't be open year round. But you have the complication with Yosemite, and you don't want trucks going through the national park, and so everything just ends up having to go around and and whatnot. So, all right, John, it's been nice talking with you. My daughter just walked in here. I'm going to see what she needs, and we'll catch you later. But we'll probably talk again. As I said, I like to pop in here every once in a while.
Good to exercise the length there. Alrighty, and what time it is? I haven't looked. No, it's not snack time yet. About 3 o'clock. All right, let you go. NW6C here in Bishop, staying out of the cool weather outside.
All right, John, we'll catch you later. K6USY, Fresno.
If we're making it any better, John. NW6C, KG6, WXC, Saline Valley.
KC6WXC, NW6C. Yeah, you're not full quieting, but easy full copy there. Yeah, just a little bit hissy.
Yeah, I got the same off of Mazurka Peak on this side. It's just really hissy, but at least I'm making it, so I'll just stay on this spot, and hopefully I can talk to you guys during the net tonight. We'll see. Just had couple little planes buzzing us down here. They were having a lot of fun.
Think the other day, I haven't been down there in that hot springs in years. It was a motorcycle run. We're exploring all over the backside of the Inyos there, and one of them says, "Hey, let's see if we can bolt over to the springs," and we did, and soaked in the water for a while, and then hopped on the motorcycles. I think I had the wet shorts. I was vain, and we ended up in a snowstorm, and I had the big tank and refueled. It was the other way around. I had a crummy headlight. Anyway, we ended up in a snowstorm in the dark before we got down there up above Big Pine to get back to the truck. That was a while ago.
Yeah, the same might be happening the next on Wednesday or something. It sounds like when we're trying to get out of here, but we'll see. But yeah, it's been pretty nice down here. Overcast and kind of cold, but pretty nice. You ought to make your way back out here. You probably enjoy it.
Still remember my first trip there was when Bill Wells was the head tech for communications for the Forest Service, and he found out I had a second motorcycle. He ended up buying that thing. I had my old Kawasaki Bighorn and that new for me Yamaha 500 XT, and he said, "Hey, he got on the radio and contacted via HF somebody there in Saline Valley. Says, come on down." So he convinced me to put a sleeping bag on the back of the bike there, and we spent a day and a night. And I went up past it toward the pass. I was getting bored in the hot water there and visiting, so I hopped on I was riding that Yamaha, I think. Yeah, I know I was.
Pretty funny, copy that. Yeah, it took me a while, so this radio is a little bit trickier. Like if there's something making noise that I want to silence, that I have to look at the mic